Uh, Although at 17 he was sent to England for formal schooling, that means from his childhood to 17 years of age, Rabindranath Tagore had been studying at home. As I have said, that means the way he himself learned about everything, writing, literature, culture, other things. He didn't finish his studies there. That means he went to England, especially we know that he went there to study law. But he didn't finish his education over there. And in his mature years, in addition to his many-sided literary activities, he managed the family estate. Estate, you know, that means in several parts of Bangladesh and India there are some estates. He also administered that estate. রবীন্দ্রনাথের কুঠি বাড়ি কোথায়? শিলাইদহ, সেখানে কুঠি বাড়ি ছিল। সিরাজগঞ্জে একটা কুঠি বাড়ি ছিল। এই স্টেটগুলো সবগুলোই উনি দেখাশোনা করতেন, তবে উনি সফল ছিলেন হলো কুষ্টিয়ার এই স্টেটে। A project which brought him into close touch with common humanity when he had been the administrator of this state. এই যে ইয়েগুলো ছিল, কুঠি বাড়িগুলো ছিল, সেখানে প্রজাদের সাথে, সাধারণ মানুষের সাথে মেশার যে উনি সুযোগ পেয়েছিলেন, সেখানেই উনি শিক্ষাটা অর্জন করেছিলেন। হোয়াট ইজ সেই শিক্ষাটা কি? সাধারণ মানুষের সাথে মেশার, সাধারণ মানুষের দুঃখবোধ, দ্য কমন হিউম্যানিটি, and increased his interest in social reforms, observing the social scenarios all around the states. He was the administrator. He wanted to reform the social states or social activities, and he also learned. He also started an experimental school at Shantiniketan that we have observed in that videos. That is, Shantiniketan was his dream. Through the Shantiniketan, he wanted to convey his philosophy of education, philosophy of reform, philosophy of observing the world civilization, how a person will be watching others, how a person can be a part of the world citizen. Okay, so he didn't believe in boundaries. As we have seen, a short video clips we have seen that he gave the description that actually the people, the countries, they are divided with boundaries. There is no affinity among the human being of the world. So Rabindranath Tagore wanted a mutual understanding, a mutual collaboration towards the people of this globe, and that was his dream, and he wrote that. And where he tried his Upanishadic ideals of education, where? Shantiniketan. From time to time he participated in the Indian nationalist movement. That means he was not away from the political movement as well. He participated in the political movement as well through his own non-sentimental and visionary way. Visionary, that means dreaming. Okay, I have a vision. Okay, the great leaders, the great intellect of this world, they will see the world in future a more ideal, a more liberal, a more humanistic world. That was more humanistic world. That was Rabindranath Tagore's vision. So his visionary ideals, in order to establish his visionary ideals, Shantiniketan was his dream. Through Shantiniketan, Rabindranath Tagore wanted to establish his vision, his dream, what he wanted to see India, what he wanted to see the education of language, culture, art, music, swimming, dancing, every field of learning. Okay? So he thought that. And also visionary way, and also Gandhi, the political father of modern India, was his devoted friend. Okay, and that we have also watched in that video clip, isn't it? Yeah. Tagore was knighted by the ruling British government in 1915. Knighted means British government gave him a title. That means the title, sir. When anybody will get the title of knighthood, he or she will be calling at Sar. Okay, so that is their title. Rabindranath got their knight title, and within a few years he resigned that honor as a protest against British policies in India. So he was very much conscious about dignity. She observed that in one hand the British government is giving honor to me, but in the other hand the British government was doing some illegal activities towards the Indian. Protesting this attitude, protesting this contradictory attitude of British government, he resigned that title, that is the knighthood. And Tagore had early success as a writer in his native Bengal. With his translation of some of his poems, he became rapidly known in the West. In fact, his fame attained a luminous height, taking him across continents on lectures tours and tours of friendships. So he visited many countries of this world to deliver lectures and at the same time to have friendship. That means, what did I say? That means he thought himself as a citizen of this globe, not a citizen of India. He perceived himself as a member of the better humanity or a better humanistic ground, and for this reason he visited and traveled many countries of this world for two reasons: for understanding the relationship and also for giving lectures. For the world, he became the voice of India's spiritual heritage. So observing Rabindranath Tagore, the people living in this world, they could observe the India's culture, the India's spiritual heritage, the India's ethnic heritage, everything they can perceive. That means the people, the world people can understand India observing Rabindranath Tagore. For India, especially for Bengal, he became a great living institution. Although Tagore wrote successfully in all literary genres, he was the first of all a poet. So he is the first poet. Among his 50 odd volumes of poetry, Manashi, Sonartori, Gitanjali, Giti Mallo, Balaka, the English renderings and his poetry, which includes the Gardener, Fruit Gathering, and the Fugitive, do not generally correspond to particular volumes of the original Bengali. In spite of his title Gitanjali, Songs Offerings, the most acclaimed of them contains the poems from other works beside its namesake. Okay. So he wrote especially many genres, that means novel, poems, বিশেষ করে ছোট গল্প সবগুলো উনি লিখেছেন, but he is a famous poet. His title, first and foremost, he is a poet. Okay. And for the writings, that is the Gitanjali, that is Songs of Offerings, that was translated, and next time for this writing he was awarded Nobel Prize in 1913. Tagore's major plays are Raja, the King of the Dark Chamber, Dhaka, yeah? Dhaghar, yes, the post office. Then Achalayaton, Muktodhara, and the Waterfall. So these are. He is the author of several volumes of short stories, a number of novels, among them Gora, Ghore Baire, Jogajog, Jogajog. Beside these, he wrote musical dramas, dance dramas, essays of all types, travel diaries, 2 autobiographies, one in his middle years and the other shortly before his death in 1941. Tagore also left numerous drawings art, and paintings, and song for which he wrote the music himself. Okay, and this is Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, and these are the where exactly he was born. He was born in Kolkata, India. Okay, Bengal poet, short story writer, song composer, playwright and essayist, and the painter who introduced new prose and version of this literature. Okay, so this is Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore was born in Calcutta, and he had a dream that he was the administrator of several states across the country, that means at that the Indian subcontinent, and from that he got the inspiration of, from that he got the experience of contacting with the common human beings, and for this reason he wanted to reform the society, and he had a dream of changing the contemporary social, cultural and educational norms as well, and his educational vision is expressed through establishing Shantiniketan. The way he learned his studies, that means at home he studied, he didn't the regular school, and the way he learned his own learning, he thought that that education is the best way of teaching boys and girls, and having these ideals he established Shantiniketan, and through which he taught the students, learners under the open sky, not in a building. Okay, that was Rabindranath Tagore and his mission. Okay, so in the next class we will also be discussing the more details about this